Hi and welcome to the crazy world of practical joking. Here are just a few examples of some of the marvellous practical jokes that you can buy in the shops or by mail order. And I'll be explaining how to get the very best out of them a little later. But now, no explanations. Let's see some of them in action.
What's that doing there? Ugh. Cold sausages in my bed. Is that little brat got anything else in here? No.
Let's see what happens when Mum and Dad wake up in the morning.
What time is it? It's 4:30.
It's 8 o'clock.
Ah!
What?
Oh. What'd you put that there for?
What?
It's dark outside.
It is 8 o'clock.
Oh. Where are my underpants? There are no underpants. Where are they?
Hold on. Oh,
Look, there's not one pair of matching socks. Kids, I'll kill 'em. Bring water on the bed. You don't think someone is trying to play some little jokes on us, do you? Hmm?
yes.
Jimmy? Jimmy!
Golden rule. Remember, a practical joke is only a joke if the person you play it on laughs. If they don't, you've picked the wrong person. You should apologise.
Well, I think he's got all that out of his system now, don't you, darling? No. The old newspaper in the shoe trick.
Here are a couple more practical jokes to play in the bedroom. This is the famous apple pie bed. Looks inviting, doesn't it? But just you try getting into bed. You'll never get in. Why? Because you get the bottom sheet and you turn it back on itself and you create a pocket. It's a Z shape there. And anybody who tries to get into there is in for a bit of a surprise. And here's another surprise. You don't just have to apple pie beds. Why not Dad's underpants? And I don't mean the leggings. No, sew up the hole in the front, right there. Dad won't find out they're sewn up until he's ready. And talking of Dad, get one of Dad's jackets. Then, one of the practical joker's best weapons, a tiny padlock. In this particular example, just padlock one of the buttonholes to the coat hanger, and presto, you've given Dad a real problem, but make sure it's easily solvable by hiding the key into one of the pockets. Other places you can use padlocks include, well, you can padlock shoes together or shirts together at the cuffs. You're only limited by your imagination. Here's a great little trick to play on those who are asleep. Get some water and very gently wet the hand. Then leave and wait for the results.
Let's go to the loo.
Sleeping Dad, shaving cream. Tickle nose. Try this. Dad's asleep. Get Mum's nail varnish and very, very carefully paint Daddy's nails. Men love walking around with nail varnish on, don't they? Alarm clocks. Well, apart from setting them at different times, why not also hide them in different places? In things, on top of things, behind things, under things, all set off to go at different times. It can be a fun night. This is a bowl of rice. Now, rice is really handy for putting under bed sheets because it's small enough not to be instantly detectable, but yet it's large enough to be very irritating if you're lying on top, and it takes time to find them. It's a nuisance. And marbles. Well, marbles are just a smaller version of the ping pong balls. Now, how do we get the ping pong balls into the bedroom cupboard? Well, it's quite simple. A large piece of card across the cupboard, load the ping pong balls behind, close the door and slide the card out. And you can do the same with marbles in the bathroom cabinet. That can create marvellous mayhem. Also, marbles can be put into pillows. They're not instantly findable, but they can cause you a night's headache. Bathrooms are a great place for messy practical jokes. For example, the glass that you keep the toothbrushes in, if you fill that right to the brim with water, you're about to spill a little, but don't worry, get a piece of card, turn it over, and then slide it onto the side there. You and I know that's full of water, but the next person who comes in doesn't. Talking of cleaning your teeth, plastic toothpaste tubes are ideal if you get a pin and you prick them all around. That can cause great confusion. If it's the old metal type of toothpaste tube, go to the end and just unfold it. See what happens there. And as for soap, well, you'll see that one. And as a final little magic touch, why not get a nice little spider and pop it in the sink?
Jimmy!
Here's room for lots of cheeky jokes. The toilet! A chicken stuck to the inside of the lid. The banging toilet seat. And of course, the cistern. Well, you can always put some soap liquid inside there, so when they pull the chain, they get a bubble bath. Sooner or later, somebody is going to use the paper. They won't be able to. All it is, it's quite simple, and this is one I prepared earlier, is just cut through two sides and then wrap it up and put it on. And it gives people a problem. Toilet rolls actually are very useful for loading things. You can put inside sneezing powder, you could put inside itching powder, you could put inside fake flies, so that when they pull it, whoosh, flies come out of them. Eventually, you're going to have to wash your hands. And so, what could be better than to use soap that doesn't? All you need is clear varnish on the soap, and the more they rub, the less anything happens. Practical jokes are only played for fun, never spite.
Hold on, Jimmy, I'm just going to the lab. Jimmy! No!
Filling up the smallest room in the house with balloons can be a lot of fun, even though it takes a lot of air to blow up a meteorological balloon. But from the smallest room in the house, let's go to the kitchen and see some practical jokes you can play there.
Morning, everyone.
Morning.
Anyone up really early this morning with a by any chance? Thank you very much. Yes, please, love. Thanks.
Okay.
Here we go again. Foaming sugar. Oh, yes. Yes, the old cup stuck to the saucer trick. Yeah. Oh, yes. The old empty upside-down egg trick. Squeaky roll.
Here's a fried egg instead.
Oh, thanks, love. Oh, yes. Plate stuck to tablecloth. Well done.
Never play a joke on somebody's real fears. I mean, if somebody is genuinely frightened of spiders, you don't play a spider joke.
Bendy fork. Squeaky egg. Well, doesn't squeak. Thank you very much, darling. Don't think I'll have any of that. Oh yes, the old cling film over the glass trick. The old sliced banana trick, eh? Pages stuck together. What's page 3 like? Ah, and I know that one.
Gluing today's paper may not please Dad too much, but there are a couple of jokes you can play with newspapers. Why not put yesterday's paper inside today's cover? Or, and this is a bit more fun, turn every other page upside down. That should drive him mad. The upside down egg trick is one of the oldest in the book, but something which is slightly more elaborate and exciting is if you just make a hole in the bottom of an egg, take out the contents, and then fill it with green hot jelly and let it set. You've now got a green hard-boiled egg. And talking of hard-boiled eggs, why don't you call Mum and say, "Hey Mum, watch me juggle these eggs." She'll have a fit as you drop one because she'll think you're dropping fresh eggs. But of course, they're all hard-boiled and you can drop them as much as you like. The banana trick is very simple, but still very effective. A needle and thread, you just thread it through inside the peel, inside the same hole and out again, inside and out again, and you want to end up by going through the hole and coming out of the original hole, or as close as you can get to it. You've then got 2 threads, that's the original, and here it comes out, and then all you do is you pull. You've now split the banana and do that right the way down, and it causes a lot of fun. There are lots of tricks with salt and pepper pots. Obviously you can swap the contents, you can swap the lids, but what happens if they're bottom loaders? Well, don't be put off, it's quite simple. All you have to do is to turn it upside down, unscrew the bottom, get the trusty piece of card, put it on top, or on the bottom now, turn it over, slide it out, get rid of the evidence, and hey presto. And if you've got the other sort, the clear see-through, again, don't be put off. Unscrew the top, get the card, turn it upside down, and then just put the lid back on top. And I promise you, people will fall for that. And sooner or later, somebody's going to come along and go. And talking of salt, remember that salt is very, very similar to sugar, and you can swap them. And other things you can swap, well, cheese can be swapped for soap, or vice versa. And whipped cream and shaving cream, you can hardly tell the difference. Think of the fun you can have with that. Incidentally, when you play balloon gags, putting them in cupboards or wherever, do remember to load them with marbles to give them a bit of extra weight to drop down, or talcum powder, so when people burst them, they end up with a bomb blast.
Ow!
That's a coin stuck fast to the floor. Sooner or later, somebody's bound to come along and try to pick it up. When they do, just have some newspaper ready, and you can have double the fun. If somebody really fancies a glass of milk, why don't you give them one of these? Take an unopened box of cornflakes, turn the packet upside down, unseal the bottom, take out the bag inside, turn it over, unwrap it, open it, You've now accessed the cornflakes, and you can load it with anything you like. You could put a horrible steak, or maybe swap it for Rice Krispies, or anything you like, old socks if you like. Fold back the bag, pop it back inside the packet, and then reseal the box with just a little bit of glue. Turn it upside down, and nobody will ever know that you were inside that packet. There are lots of jokes with hankies. Most of them are pretty disgusting, but this is one of them. And if you want another, go, excuse me. That's just a piece of slime on a hanky, and that's got a rubber ball inside.
Ah, shoot!
Ugh! You dirty thing!
Choo!
On a nice summer's day, why don't you offer somebody a nice, cool, cold, refreshing drink? When they drink it, they'll discover it's hot water and cellophane. But it does look good, doesn't it? Here are a few messy jokes. This looks like an ordinary bottle, doesn't it? Well, it is, until you get somebody to open, and when they do, they get very, very wet shoes. It's very simple to do. It works on air pressure. What do? You make a hole with a skewer in the bottom of the bottle, cover the hole, fill the bottle, put the top back on, and with a bit of luck, it will leak for a moment, but then it will stop. Here's another one. This is a professional novelty. It's a dribble glass. It's got holes in the fluting here. So when you go to drink, it dribbles out. But if you can't find one to buy, don't worry, you can make your own. Just get a paper cup and a skewer, make a hole, and cheers. This is quite jolly. It's ordinary glass. Invite someone to have a drink. They never actually see. It's got a hole right through the bottom. And of course, you can make your own very easily. There is the old plastic wobbly glass, which can have a lot of fun throwing at people. And finally, this is a bit naughty, but it's quite fun. Just get a glass and say to somebody, cheers. Ah! And everybody will come rushing to see what you've done. And you go, nothing. All it is, get a coin, clip it between two fingers, rest it on the edge of the glass, like that, take a drink and press. It's very effective. And you can double the fun by using blood capsules. Finally, a straw. What can you do with a straw? The simplest trick in the world is just make a hole with a needle straight the way through. When anybody tries to suck up, nothing will come through. And it's quite difficult to spot.
What's the matter?
Look behind you!
What?
My wallpaper, my beautiful
Oh,
wallpaper, it's
no.
ruined!
Oh. Huh. What's that smell?
What?
It smells like fish. Has the cat got the goldfish?
No, look, it's there.
There's something definitely fishy in here.
Seems to be coming from here.
Oh.
Oh, look, here's the culprit.
Oh. Yes, where is that little culprit? He has changed the dust covers round on all my books.
Well, what are you reading?
War and Peace. Dust covers, see?
No more sweets for you.
Hello?
Do you know that you've got lipstick all over your ear? Yes, just smear some lipstick on the telephone receiver. You could also use shoe polish or shaving cream or even Vaseline. But there are places that one shouldn't use Vaseline, and here they are. Don't put Vaseline onto a round door handle. Don't put Vaseline onto a doorbell switch. And don't, whatever you do, put Vaseline on the cap of a screw bottle or the lid of a screw jar. The old wallpaper trick. It's very easy. Piece of paper, fold it in half, tear off the straight edge, and then line the straight edge up with a strip of wallpaper. Stick it on with a bit of lick. Now, that looks like the wall, and that looks like the back of the torn paper. And you don't even have to waste the paper that you've used. Just get a copy of Dad's favourite book and put it inside. Walk into the room and say, Dad, this is a really, really good book. Oh, I like that photograph. Do you mind if I have it? Thanks, Dad. Well, this is so simple. It's just a little washer and 2 elastic bands, and you can make your own, and you can set them in 101 different places inside birthday cards, for example. Or you can make your own little whizzer out of 2 small pencils with an elastic band and just wind them up. Keep winding and winding and winding and winding. Put them under a plate, put them under a saucepan. You can put them under a book, and when the person lifts it up, it's simple, but it's effective. But all these items are really time bombs. I mean, they're jokes that you set, and you never know when they're going to be activated. And the best sort of time bomb is something made of clockwork. All you need to do is you need to wind it up, and then just think of somewhere silly to set it, like even better, make a pyramid of empty cans outside somebody's door. And of course, they found the smelly fish pretty quick, didn't they? But they were supposed to. You see, the real joke was the fact that there was another fish under the coffee table, and they didn't look there, and it's going to take some time to find. And talking of fish, I think I'm a little hungry. Absolutely delicious. It's only a carrot. Here's a great betcha. All you've got to do is get a cup, put some water in it, cover it with a book. And then you say, I betcha I can drink the water out of that cup without me taking the book off or without me dislodging the book. And the person's going to say, bet you can't. So you say, watch this. And you say, there, I've done it. And the person will have to say to you,
hang about. You haven't drunk it.
oh yes, I have. And I didn't take the book off.
Right, now here's a good party game. You get as many cans for the people playing. I shake one up really, really hard, okay? Put it back, mix them all up. You all choose a can, you hold it under your chin and pull it, and somebody gets splattered. Yeah. All right, you ready? Okay, here we go. Oh, shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it. Right, all look away. Come on, no cheating, look away. Right, mixing them up now. Okay, look. Right, each choose one. Come on, Jimmy. Jenny? Okay, I'll have that one. No, Mum will have that one. All right, fine. Okay, Jimmy, off you go. Under your chin, come on. Right under, pull it. Go on, go for it. Jenny, go on, under your chin, right under. Nothing. Okay. Nothing. Go on, darling.
No.
Go on.
No.
Go on.
No.
Yes,
No.
come on. Under your chin, right under your chin, right under. Don't cheat. Pull. Go on. Ah. Watch. Hey! And everybody gets wet.
If you know you're about to play a messy joke involving food or liquid of some kind, always be prepared to clear it up after you.
Do you want to see something really silly?
Yeah.
If I say I won my socks, you say I two my socks, okay? I three my socks. Go on.
I 4 my socks.
I five my socks.
I
What comes after five? Come on.
6 my socks.
Right, I seven my socks.
I 8 my socks.
Did you? No wonder I can never find any.
If frozen water is called iced water, what do you call frozen ink?
I stink.
Do you? Pooh!
I'll show you that I can read your mind. I'll show you. Do you know what's written on this piece of paper?
No.
That is telepathy. Oh, Jenny, here a minute. I bet you can't go back into the house without unclasping your hands once I've clasped them together.
Don't be silly, Dad. Of course I can.
Come here. Clasp.
Oh!
Hi there. Everybody okay? Yeah? What are you doing? Just looking. Yeah. Nice, isn't it?
It's lovely.
All right, I won't.
What?
Nothing. Hi. Frontal lobotomy for him.
Oh, Dad, look over there.
What's that?
Look.
That's the cat, next door's cat.
No, right over there.
Where?
Over there.
Yes?
Just looking.
Yeah, all right. Jenny,
Yes, Dad?
look, I want you to go down to the shop for me and get a tin of striped paint, a bottle of dotted ink, a tin of elbow grease, and a left-handed screwdriver. There's the list. Off you go. Think about it.
And you, Jimmy, can go to the butcher's and buy me some goose pimples for a gooseberry fool, a hamstring, and the legs from a dozen flies. I need some new false eyelashes.
Get it? Dotted ink, striped paint. But what did she actually get?
Dad?
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't get any stripe paint. But I got this for painting stripes.
For painting stripes, eh? Oh, very good.
And you put the ink in here.
In where, love?
Is this dotty enough?
Thank you very much.
It's disappearing ink.
Well, it doesn't seem to be disappearing to me. It's gone.
Disappearing ink. What a marvellous gag. Excuse me. Hello? Oh, it's dead. But there are other places that you can put... Excuse me. Hello? Oh. Do you know, after all these years, you wouldn't think that I'd fall for the old swap the handsets gag. Do you know, it's so confusing. If you can get two telephones together and just swap the handsets, I tell you, it's very difficult to work out. As well as swapping the dust jackets on books, you can always swap the contents of video boxes. Or if you're very ambitious, swap the labels on food tins. One of the first practical jokes that children play is standing behind a door and leaping out and saying, boo. Well, as you get older, boo jokes can become a little more sophisticated and you can frighten people by the way you look.
Give us a push, Jim.
Like your hands too, that's really good. I was really frightened.
Boo! Oh, Frisbee. No. Jimmy, eh? No, oh no.
Always read the instructions, because you'll get the best out of it and you'll make sure nobody gets hurt. The last golden rule of practical joking is probably the greatest. If you get caught playing any of these practical jokes, don't blame me. Here are some practical jokes that you can buy. Now, some are self-explanatory. I mean, like the sweets, if they're garlic or if they're fish or mustard. Or, for example, where are they? Here, these, wind sweets. But never mind. But some of them you need to use a bit of imagination for. Now, for example, this brick is obviously just made of polystyrene. But what you can do with it? Well, you can obviously throw it at people and give them a quick fright. Or you can drop it on your foot and be very brave. Or you could throw it against the window and go in conjunction with this silly little toy. Sneezing and itching powder. Well, sneezing powder, if you can get it over their hanky, fine. Or over some flowers, anywhere where people are going to go, that's useful. Itching powder, well, you can put some in their socks, in people's gloves. But the best place to put itching powder is in their pockets, because then they'll carry the itching powder to parts you can't reach. These sticky balls are just meant to stretch and play and do different things with. But for practical jokers, the best place is in somebody's pocket. That gives them a real thrill. If you haven't got any sticky, just get a small balloon, put some water in it, and put a water balloon in someone's pocket. When they put their hand in, it gives them quite a shock. Let's have a look at some funny noise gags. This is quite famous. Put it in the hand, wet it first, and now you can walk around like this. Or even better, if you and your friend can get on either side of a person and you go and both of you look at them. We've got a squeaker. Now, what can you do with a squeaker? There are 101 things to do with a squeaker if you just hide it in your hand, like that. It can't be seen, can it? You can get a plate, squeaky clean. You can go to a real bread roll and go and say, oh, it's a squeaky roll. You can even play a little game using a squeaker. If you get 3 sponge balls or 3 objects and you press one, nothing happens. Press the second, nothing happens. Press the third, and then you mix them up and you say, find the squeaky. And whichever one they pick, they're never going to win because you say, no, it's jumped. Here are a few exploding gags. The exploding pen. The exploding matchbox. And of course, the exploding brick. The secret to all these exploding gags is this little gizmo. It's called a bingo. And there it is. You just fold this back. You put a cap in there, press it down, and the trap is set until it's released. Like that. And it goes bang. Where can you put them? Well, you can buy them with exploding coins, exploding lipstick, you can buy exploding staplers, exploding sweets, but you can put them inside books, under plates, anywhere that's going to be released of pressure. And another little tip is get some double-sided tape to stick on the back of your bingo and then wherever it is, it will stay once you've set. A few squirt gags. Well, the most famous is the squirt flower, where you put the flower into your buttonhole and then you have a little squirter in your pocket, squeeze, and the person gets wet. And there are lots of squirt items these days. I mean, you get squirt calculators, squirt pens, squirt daggers, squirt umbrellas, squirt lighters, squirt joke fingers. I mean, they're endless. But in the end, the principle is always the same. It's just this little bulb. And you can only really play these jokes once on the same person. But using the gizmo, the bulb itself, you can use it any number of times. All you need to do is just put it in some water, squeeze, release, and it fills up. Now, what you do with that is you just carry it in your hand. And at any moment with your hand behind your back, you can squirt over there. You could scratch your ear and squirt the people behind you. You can squirt downwards, upwards, anywhere you like. This is probably the most useful utility device that you can carry with you. Sadly, that's all we've got time for now. We've tried to show you as many gags as we can using everyday household objects or cheap novelty items that you can buy in toy shops. But if you haven't got a good novelty or toy shop near you, don't worry, because there's a very good mail order company that you can get most of the novelties that we've used. You can get it from them. It's called Matchright. They're in Bristol and they have lots of good ideas and they're very, very inexpensive. And we'll be giving you their address at the end of the video. They've got a very good club for kids. They also do marvellously funny, but very cheeky, adult jokes. But that's for another video. Until then, have fun.
Hello, I'm Clive Doig, the director. The cast and crew have decided to see whether Jeremy will take a joke himself. He's doing a piece to camera, but what he doesn't know is that there's a second hidden camera watching everything. Janet, could you just give him a little bit of time?
Thank you very much.
You okay, Mike? You ready? Yeah, rolling. Okay. Right, roll cameras, that's fine. And we'll get out a shot. Okay. That was on camera. By the way, that was on camera, Jeremy.
I know it was on camera. And the final golden rule is you must be able to take a practical joke yourself. Have fun.
Ready when you are, Clive.
The rule is you must be able to take a good joke yourself.
Jeremy Beadle's box of practical jokes is now available at all major high street stores.